Hello everyone, thank you for joining skillspte Academic. My name is Vandana. Today is the continuation of the video series Reading Tips and Tricks, and today I have got reading fill in the blanks and I'm going to give you 3 minutes to solve the question. Once it is done, I'm going to come back and give you all the tips and tricks and all the required tips to solve this question. Okay, thank you. Okay, time's up, people. Let's see how to solve this question. Even I don't know. I'm going to solve with you guys today. So, the first blank, shares are units of equity ownership in a corporation. For some companies, shares dash as a financial asset providing for an equal distribution of any residual profits. So I have an easy solution to solve the first blank. So we have an easy grammar tip that is called subject verb agreement. So what is it? So your subject and verb will have some relationship or some friendship based on an agreement. What is it? If your subject is singular, like for example, he, right? So and your verb has to be plural, s has to come. So he eats. Same way, if your subject is plural, that is they, and your verb has to be singular, you say they eat. He eats, they eat. Here shares is he or they? It is they, right? Same way, what are the options we have here? Counted, listed. Oh, we have only one option. You already got the answer, right? First option is exist. Okay, shares exist as a financial asset, right? I'm moving to the second blank. If any are dash in the form of dividends, after are what has to come? Your third form of verb has to come. What is third form of verb? If it is eat, ate, eaten, eaten is your third form of verb, right? Same way, list, listed, listed, listed is your third form of verb. And what are the options we have here? So you have listed, you have owned, you have declared, and you have said. You might have missed this, right? Say, said, right? It's a third form of your verb. So I'm going to add all the options here, okay? If any are listed in the form of dividends, okay, it's going well. If any are owned in the form of dividends, that is also going well. If any are declared in the form of dividends, that is also going well. So I don't know the answer. Said can't be. So I don't know the answer, so I'm going to keep it as it is. So I'm not going to fill this blank as of now. I'm going to move to the third blank now. Okay, shareholders of a stock that pays no dividends do not participate in a distribution of profits. They anticipate participating in the growth of the stock. So it is a continuation of the first statement, right? They are talking about shareholders again in the second sentence, and they are talking opposite of what they are talking in the first sentence. So some adverb has to come, either, however, instead, like furthermore. We have the options here, right? So you have furthermore, we have instead. So it is kind of opposite of what they are talking. So like for example, he is not eating meat for the proteins, but instead he's eating tofu. You don't say furthermore he's eating tofu, right? Same way. So here you have the option already, instead, right? So your third option is instead. The first one you have exist, right? Second one we kept it as it is. And I'm going to move to the fourth blank now. Shares of a privately held companies or partnership are dash by the founders. Again, our third form of verb has to come. You have the options listed, owned by the founders. So it has to be owned if you go by the context, right? Companies are owned by the founders. So you have the fourth blank, that is owned. Okay, I'm moving further again to the fifth blank. They are talking about IPO, that is initial public offering, right? After IPO, what happens? Your company is publicly traded, right? So if you go by the context, it is easy to solve. So after an IPO, a company's shares are, third form of again verb, said to be publicly traded and become dash on a stock exchange. Again, last one also very easy to solve. What do you say? It is listed on a stock exchange, right? Like for example, skillspte is listed on a Bombay stock exchange, like for example. So some company is listed in a London stock exchange. So you don't say declared on a stock exchange. So you have the last option also, that is listed, right? So only second blank we have left as it is. So what it has to be? So we have well, listed, owned, said also. Only option left is declared. So you have the second option also. If any are declared in the form of dividends, that makes sense also, right? If you go by the context. And we have all the options here. Now let's go once again. Shares exist. First one is exist. Shares exist as a financial asset providing for an equal distribution of any residual profits if any are declared in the form of dividends, right? And then shareholders of a stock that pays no dividends do not participate in a distribution of profits. Instead, they participate in the growth of the stock price, right? And then you have shares of privately held companies or partnerships are dash by the owners, founders, that is owned. Fourth one is owned, and the third one you have is instead. We missed it. Okay. And then we have after an IPO, companies' shares are said to be, right? Fifth one is said, and last one was easy, listed. Same way in skillspte, we have lot of grammar tips and trips, almost 30 hours of grammar videos and lot of live mock tests happening. Whatever, everything, whatever you required for your preparation, right? We have everything in skillspte. And if you need any online assistance, you can reach out to us on this WhatsApp number. With this, I'm gonna wind up here, and thank you for joining. I'm gonna come back with the next set of questions. Thank you.